Hi everyone, this is Jess, aka Sketchwriterjess. I'm back with Star-Crossed Sunday reading, and I am helped by Angel Uriel and my spirit guides Cal, Chuck, and Mombasa. And I have like little totems that I use to represent them, but I'm not going to show them right now. So without further ado, I'm going to get into tarot card part, and then we'll get into the journaling. So I'm going to shuffle the cards now. Knock out the energy. This spread consists of 3 cards plus 1 clarifier, and then I'm going to use the Notes from the Universe spread as well. Deck as well, to just make the journaling maybe a little more well-rounded. Maybe give like a positive spin on it. There's the masculine and the feminine part, and then the bottom of the deck is the theme. It's like kind of like how they meet, maybe, I'm thinking. And then the clarifier is why they meet. So it's almost like a mini twin flame reading. So, got one more shuffle in this, and then we're going to get going. Okay, gotta cut the deck. Spirit, help us find more insight on our relationships with people. What can we learn from relationships with the opposite sex or the same sex that have to do with love? Thank you very much. Okay, so now here we go. I'm going to do the waterfall shuffle. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So this is going to be an interesting one. It's got a lot of drama in it. And I'm going to start with the rightmost card, move to the leftmost card, then the bottom of the deck, and then the clarifier, which is on the right side. So, here we go. Here is the Empress, the 3rd card in the Major Arcana. See that? So that was the masculine. This is the feminine. So this is number 10. 10 of Swords. We have Strength reversed. And that is number 7 in the Major Arcana. I'm sorry, 8 in the Major Arcana. And then we have the Tower as the clarifier. And that one is, I believe it's 16. Yeah, 16. So there we go, there's the Tower. So now, what I'm going to do is use my big book. Here it is. Big book I use for all my readings that have to do with the tarot cards. This is the writer deck that I use. I should have said that at the beginning, but most people are familiar with the pictures. What I do is I look up each card and I look up the meanings, and then I write down the ones that I think have to do with the reading. So just by looking at this now, I would say the Empress for the masculine energy may be something, either he's thinking of somebody from the past, he could be kind of emotional, he can be a very emotional person. For the feminine, she's got all the swords stuck in, this guy has all the swords stuck in his back, but there's no blood, so like she's got this on her mind all the time. She's worried about love, she's worried about where it's going. For the Strength card being upside down, I'm thinking that maybe there's feeling that there's really no way out of this situation, and it's just wearing on both people. They're trying to figure out what to do. And then we got the Tower, and that I would say is almost like a transition moment. I'm not sure where it'll go, and it's the kind of thing where it's almost open-ended, so it makes a perfect writing prompt. So then once I look up these things, I'm going to pull one from the Universe Tarot, and that will clarify everything. So, first one, the Empress. Also, there is writing time built into this video. So when I start writing, feel free to take out your journal and write along with me. You can use these cards as inspiration, or you can pull your own using this spread. Also, this spread will be on Instagram about an hour away from after I post the video online. So, if you're wondering if you can see the spread, that is how it'll work. So, for the Empress, I'm going to write this down, and this is the star-crossed spread. Yeah. Pen is getting weird. And you might want to put the date. Let's see, it's the 9th today, I believe. Okay. And as always, I write down what the cards are in my notebook. So the Empress is the masculine. So I would say with all of this, we're definitely going to put down difficulty, doubt, in the Writer Tarot deck, there's a little instruction booklet. So I recommend that if you want to know all of the definitions, I would say look them up in there so you can pick which words you think would work best. I would say either kind or loving, or maybe both. You know, the Empress is kind and loving, and the person could be thinking of somebody who is. And intuition, I'd like to put that in there with the Tower in there. Okay, so now the next one is number 10 of Swords. And this is the feminine. Okay, say with everything, let's say tears, sadness, desolation. And I'm going to look up affliction here, because I feel like there are other words I can put here that I want to put that may sum up everything better with all the cards that are around it. Distress, yeah, definitely distress. I mean, that's always the case with this card, I think. That's just a given, considering the imagery. Yeah, the rest of it, I don't think so. So we're going to put that down. Now, the theme card is Strength reversed. It's at the bottom of the deck. I want you to know I pulled the clarifying card, the Tower, out from under that card. So it was the card behind that card. Now, I always see the Strength card as feminine energy, and I also see her as the counterpart to the Magician. She also has an infinity sign above her head. And I feel like she's the counterpart because she uses her heart and her intuition, and she's active in that way, and the Magician is more, he uses more his brain to come up with everything, and it's like they make a nice balance. So I think that's interesting that came up. Okay, I'm going to say weakness. You know, with the Tower, that's definitely something that people feel with that. I'm going to say gived out. Let's see here with the Empress and the Swords. Like each person feels like they're just giving so much, and they're remembering people who give them things. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to put for that. And now the clarifier, we have the Tower, and that one's upright. So that was number 16. There we go. Here we go. Distress again. Adversity. And with all of these, with the swords and the guy's back, I would say we're going to put down deception too. Or at least the fear of being deceived. Doesn't have to be that they were deceived, but it could be the fear of that. And even though I have the feminine listed in this, I feel like this is really a lot of masculine energy. What I might do is pull another spread for the feminine, because this is very masculine here. The star-crossed is originally supposed to be just these few. What I could do is do clarifier, I guess, pull 2 more cards. I think I will. So we'll do that. So we're going to say that one is a masculine. That one with the swords. Yeah. So let me pull 2 more cards out. Now I won't do another bottom of the deck card because we've already got that. So, we're going to do waterfall here. Interesting. Okay. So this is interesting here. I think the feminine, as usual, in these things, she's always in a better place, it seems. And I don't see how that always happens, but it does always seem to happen. In all the twin flame readings I see. I think it's really funny. The masculine is always, he's always he's always worse off. So what we have here is we have the 10 of Pentacles. Oh, there's even a couple in there with the father. Oh, that's interesting. And pets, too. And then we have the 7 of Cups. This is always an interesting card to me. I always see it as like the dream card. Person dreaming about stuff. So let's look these up. Ah, flipped right there. So, 10 of Pentacles. Okay. Family matters. And I'm going to say father. I think father energy here. Grandfather. Let's say grandfather here. Just like the Empress could be the mother energy for the other person. So we have grandfather, let's say archives. I'm getting with this. It may be riches, but more like thankful, from being thankful, I think, with this set of cards. I don't think it's like riches, like money. I think it's the opposite. I think it's more like somebody being grateful for something. Like maybe grateful for their family. Okay. So that one is number 10. And then the 7 of Cups. Okay, so let's look for that. Okay, we're going to say reflection, certainly. Could even say minor victories. I think this person has some victories. You know, they're thankful because they have people who support them and are able to do the things they need to do to achieve what they need. But it's just enough. It's just enough to get them by. It's not like a big windfall or something. It's not like they're doing like really, really well at money. It's just more like the person feels rich because they feel like they have so much to choose from, have so much to believe in. Okay, so now we're going to pull the universe card, and the light is going bright, so obviously they want that. And spirit guides are like, yes, 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 go for it. Do something to break up the sadness and the seriousness. Now, I don't even try to shuffle these. Like, I don't try to do it like regular. I kind of have to shuffle it a little bit more. Oh, I got the guy in there. Oops. The guy who wrote it. That's not a card. That'd be funny if that came out, though. Oh, 2 came out. Okay. We could have one for the man and one for the woman. Maybe I'll do that next time, too. And we'll pull out one more for the theme. And this will make it a little bit easier to write. I think, a lot of people like these kind of cards because it makes it easier to journal. So it'll give you something to do. Now, I'm going to be journaling all of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a writing segment so that you can write along with me. And I don't know how long it'll be, but we'll see. Okay. So, for the masculine, we have, you have more options than you realize. So, I'll hold that up. It's from the Notes from the Universe deck. For the feminine, we have love is the reason. And then, for the universe, we have there isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't crave your approval. Now, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Okay. So, next will be the writing segment. Okay, now it's time for the writing portion. What I'm going to do is start with the masculine section, and I'll just give you an overview of the section, and then I'll write, and then we'll do the same for the feminine section and the theme section. So that way it'll break it up a little bit. It won't all be like this long period of writing. There'll be a little bit of breaking up. So, for the masculine section, there are probably a few ways this could go. Considering the other aspects of the spread, I'm thinking that this person, the masculine, is remembering his mother, and maybe he looks for that in girls that he meets, like if somebody can nurture him and care for him. And he's sad. And he's in distress because perhaps he can't find anybody like that. No one compares to his mother. So he's always looking for the girl that's going to be like his mother. And I shouldn't be laughing, but this, I don't know. It's weird thinking of people looking for people that are like their parents, but there are people who do that. A lot of times there's people who find somebody who has similar ways of being like their father or their mother, but it's not usually like, oh, I'm looking for somebody who's just like them. But I think this person could be, maybe they had a very, very deep relationship, deep bond with their parent. And not being able to find the people who they can connect with is really tough. So I think this guy is going to always be disappointed until he can look beyond this. So you have more options than you realize. That is the writing prompt right there. And that's just what I was talking about. So, remember that was the Ten of Swords and the Empress, and he has more options. So I'm going to start writing a free verse poem, and I invite you to do the same. Write in your journal. Okay, so I have the masculine part down. Next is the feminine. What I'll do is I'll read this at the end. Okay, so we have the feminine. Recap. Got the Seven of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. And Love is the Reason is the card for her. She's reflecting on what she has. She's reflecting on the blessings she has. She's thinking about her family. She cares about them. She seems to have it pretty good. And her issue may be that she's looking for somebody who is going to be like her family. So she's looking for somebody who's extremely grateful to be here, and she needs to keep in mind that that is a good trait. It's not something that people don't have. It's not like something where you're comparing somebody to a person that nobody will ever compare to. It's really more keeping an open mind. And she's counting down the victories that she's had. All of the victories that add up to being thankful and having what she needs to choose from. It's possible that this man may choose her because she will give him what he needs to feel those things. I think people tend to choose people, like if especially if twin flames, they choose people who are their counterparts, that like they complement each other. So I mean, this girl is thinking of her father, her grandfather. Perhaps they're very supportive of her, but she's not looking for a father figure. She's not looking for somebody to discipline her. She's not looking for somebody to scold her. She's not looking for that kind of stuff. And that's what I get here, is that she is accustomed to having things go her way. And she just really needs to pay attention to that the man that she lets in needs to accept that she's not going to accept any less than having the best. I mean, that's what the Pentacles are all about. Almost every Pentacle card is pretty much lucky. And, you know, it's all about having what you need, but also having the best. I mean, like with these cups here, it's like remembering the emotions all come from her brain. They all come from her mental state. And she's remembering things. And so, love is the reason. And that's the prompt. So now I'm going to start writing that. Now, one other thing I forgot to do was read this. But to me, I'm not sure I need to read it. The big thing to take away from this one for the man is think of all the reasons you love them. And so I think that was pretty much what I was saying. But I'm sorry I didn't read that earlier. But if you want to pause the tape and go back, that's fine. So for the woman, the big thing on here, every person in your life is there for a reason. And it all has to do with love. So that's the paraphrasing of that. So now I'm going to write the feminine part. Okay, so that's the feminine portion, and if you feel like it's not enough time, just pause the video and then come back. So, for the last part, the theme, we have strength in the Tower. We have, there isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't crave your approval. And since both these people have family stuff going on, they're both thinking about their families, they're thinking of approval. One person is pretty much accustomed to being supported, whereas the other person maybe had so much support, it was like almost overwhelming, like smothering. And it's possible that this guy is like just overwhelmed by it. It's just haunting him at every turn. Every time he finds somebody to be with, it's like he keeps thinking of that relationship where he craves that affection. He craves a person really being there for him, but at the same time, he's trying to figure out how to realize that many people that get in relationships, at least in a healthy relationship, are not going to smother him. They're not going to give him everything he wants. There's parts that they're not going to get. Now, even though the feminine here is, she's got the cups, so I'm thinking like she's used to having what she needs and she gets what she wants, but it's a little different. It's more like she counts her blessings, so she always has something to choose from, whereas this guy could be just, he wants everything. He wants everything from whoever he's with. And if the person can't give him that, that's it, he goes. Whereas I think the feminine will stay around and work on it. And obviously if there's a problem where, you know, she just can't handle it, maybe it's just too much for her, then she'll leave. I mean, simple as that. So for the last part, we have the theme. They both seek approval in different ways. And it's sort of a point of weakness for both of them. Even though the feminine seems to have it better, it's still a point of weakness to think everything's going to go your way. You know, even if things go your way and you count your blessings, if you think it's always going to go your way because you're happy and you're thankful, it doesn't mean that things can't go your way, but you have to make sure that if you're happy and you're thankful and something doesn't go your way, you don't get all upset and think, oh, I didn't thank enough or I didn't do enough. That's not the case. Really, the thing is that if you're thankful, you can always pick and choose the things that you want and keep the things you need and let go of the things you don't want. If you have too many choices, you could be overwhelmed, but I think if you keep on an even keel, then you don't have that problem. We also have the Tower for the theme. And the Tower is usually a scary card. Lightning strikes. To me, lightning is epiphanies. It's like these people are having their weak points, and now they're at a place where if they meet, and we'll assume they have met, they've met, they're seeing what the other one can provide them. And it's scary, because to take that vulnerable leap is a scary thing. So now I'm going to write more poetry for that. Or, you know what, I'm going to write the prose message. I'm going to write the prose message. So I'm going to do that now, and if after I'm done it's not enough time, just pause the video. Alright, so I finished my prose poem. And next I'm going to read the poems and the channeled message. So I will see you back. Hi everybody, I'm back. And now I'm going to read to you what I wrote. This is the first part of the poem. This is for the masculine. He looked for the woman who'd care for him just as his mother did. He shut himself off from all the women who came his way. It's a blessing to have what you need in life, for there is much to choose from. He didn't know he had so much by knowing and caring for his mother, as she was in another place now. He couldn't see that he had all the information to find the woman of his dreams. Now for the feminine. She was accustomed to the love her family provided for her. She would accept nothing less than the best. Since her father provided stability and support, just once more she'll wait. She'll let her man come to where she is. And for the theme, I decided to do channeled message. So this is like the prose poem. They each wondered how their relationship would work, as they each came from different backgrounds. She from a life of support and abundance, he from a life of overwhelming love, a smothering love that he craved from all the women he met whom he wanted a relationship with. How could they make this work? They could acknowledge their weakness and believe they will get everything they want in life. They can decide what they together want in life as a couple starting their own family of ideas, visions, and shared love. So, that's what I have for the messages. I think the big takeaway from all of this is that men and women have their own baggage, so to speak. I mean, it's always been that way. It doesn't take anybody to really state that. But I guess I'm trying to say that in baggage, it's like what you bring with you on a plane, right? You're going traveling, and you have the carry-ons that you can carry on with you in the plane, and then you have all this stuff that's in baggage claim, right? All this stuff that you can't carry on there, it's just like thrown in the bottom of the plane. Well, I think people have that. I think they have baggage that's really close to their heart, and then they have the baggage that they've kind of forgotten about or is not as important. And really, it's all important, but I think when it's the baggage that you carry close to you, it tends to cloud your judgment. You know, it can really play tricks on your mind when you meet people, because you start comparing them to everybody in your life that you know so well. You know, you compare and contrast and go, oh, is this person worth talking to? You could even go for friends too, and like these two, they could be friends. I mean, they could be friends and then fall in love, but it's possible they won't fall in love. I mean, I think for twin flames, there's always that burning desire of wanting to connect with the other person. And I think these people could connect. They could absolutely connect. One can balance out what the other one doesn't have. However, they both seem to seek approval. And if they can't approve of each other, then they got a problem. I mean, if they're always looking for the thing that eludes them, you know, like the feminine is like looking for maybe, oh, just safety, you know, kind of comfort, security. The masculine is looking more for like, I don't know, something that'll enclose him in a cocoon, kind of like. He wants to stay in a cocoon. He doesn't want to go out. And, you know, perhaps the feminine could bring out more adventurous side to him, that he would be able to step out from that. And then the man, the masculine, well, I'll say the masculine because this could be for same-sex relationships as well, but he could bring out the thing in her where she trusts what's close to her. She trusts the things that bring her the most happiness and joy, the things that are at the base of being. You know, when people are loved by somebody who is very smothering, and, you know, there are probably other terms you could use, you know, somebody who's just, they're really, really, they've got a lot of love to give, and they want to give the person everything. If one person gives that option to somebody to have everything they want, and the other person gives the option to get to actually get the stuff they want, or you could say receive the things they want. There's have everything you want and receive everything you want. Give everything, receive everything. If there's a give and receive, then it could be a successful twin flame relationship. So if any of this resonated with you, that would be great. I'd love to hear your comments. I'm really excited about this one. This one really came out. I feel like there was a lot of wisdom in this one. And I think it's because of the universe, the notes from the universe cards. They really round it out, I think. So I think I'm going to use them more often. And in the future, I may use some other oracle decks as I see fit. However, I'm still learning the tarot, so I'm using the Rider deck because that's the best one to learn from, I think. So I hope this resonated with you. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And you can see all of my social media links, my shop link, my blog link, all below in the description. So with that, I leave you till tomorrow when I will be filming Mental Health Monday. Bye.